The following is a presentation of KBEK Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's gonna high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Pair of wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Caswell Park in Mankato, Minnesota for this Class 3A state tournament semifinal between your Chisago Lakes Wildcats and the Byron Bears. These two teams going at it here in the Class 3A state semifinal. The winner, of course, will move on to the state championship game, which will be played on Friday at the University of Minnesota. The Gophers softball home field at Jane Sage Cowles Stadium at 11:30 a.m. The loser will play in the third place match tomorrow at 12:30. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in as we get ready for this beautiful matchup here between these two squads. As over on 106.5 FM AM 1350, Adam Hefty going to be calling the Bram versus Wabasso game over there. He is across the way. We are back at Field 5, and the tornado sirens are going off. That is just a test, and that's a great time to take a commercial break so you don't have to listen to that.
Honeymoon, here we come. Where's our car?
It's been stolen.
We'll call our insurance agent. I'm right here.
Oh, hey, Jen. You got our invite.
Love the dress.
Are we covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose auto owners. We work together to get the right coverage. So when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered.
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Whether you're trying to stay loose or just trying to tweak your swing, here's the pitch in North Branch as the area's premier batting cage. Get in for some swing time with their top-of-the-line pitching machines, or bring the whole team to the 4,000-square-foot practice space. Here's the pitch in North Branch, air-conditioned, top of the line, local. Find Here's the Pitch off I-35 in the North Branch outlets.
We are back here at Caswell Park in Mankato, Minnesota, where the tornado siren test just went off. We took a commercial break for that. Now we're back to talk about this one. The Wildcats were able to get the victory over Benilde St. Margaret in the opening round of this state Class 3A tournament here this morning. That game began at 8:30. And Chisago Lakes got the win in 5 innings, 13-3. They had a massive, and I too mean a massive, 4th inning where they scored 8 runs on 6 hits to take a 12-2 lead. Benilde St. Margaret was able to score 1 there in the top of the 5th, but Chisago Lakes came back, scored the 1 run they needed in order to get the victory. And, of course, the player of the game in that one was Milena Larson, who had a grand slam as part of that 8-run 4th inning. She had 5 RBIs in there, and she was our player of the game. She went 2 for 2 with those 5 RBIs as well. Anna Zaruba, she pitched all 5 innings, had 7 hits, allowed 3 runs, and had 4 strikeouts as well. The Byron Bears coming into this one, having beat their team, they needed to, is having some problems with my paper. No. All right, there we go. But the Byron Bears coming in, having won their game that they played 4-3 over Creighton Durham Hall. That was a good matchup between those two teams. as Cretin-Durham came in as the higher seed, the number 3 seed. Byron as the number 6 seed, but Byron came out and got the victory there in that one, 4-3. It came down to the bottom of the 7th. It was a very good bottom of the 7th, but Byron wound up coming out on top, 4-3, as they were able to hold off that run from Cretin-Durham Hall. These two teams coming in the state semifinals. Again, winner plays on Friday at Jane Sage Cowles Stadium at 11:30 a.m. in the state championship game. We'll get you more on that here in just a little bit, but we're waiting for a 1:30 first pitch here at this one. Over across the way, over at Field 2, Adam Hefty is here to call the Bram versus Wabasso state champion or state quarterfinal game over there. He'll be on 106.5 FM if you want to check out that one, but be sure to tune into this one. Byron is the winner of Class 1-3A. They were not the number 1 seed. No, that was Northfield. Northfield came in with a pretty good record, but Byron were the ones who came out on top. They had a pretty good offense, 8 runs per game, giving up 4 runs per game. Not the top, but definitely not the worst. Delano came in as the best, but Becker won that section, surprisingly, a little bit. Of course, Chisago Lakes came in as the number 1 seed from their section and had a very, very good year. But looking at Byron and what they did, again, we know Chisago Lakes, what they did. They allowed 1 run in their section playoffs. That was to Rockridge in their section championship, and that was it. They were able to win that one in 10 innings, 2-1 over Rockridge to get to this part. For Byron, they had a really good run themselves. They won 4-1 over Winona, but beat the number 1 team in the section in 8 innings, 5-4. Then they went on to the section semifinals and beat Cason Manterville 9-1, just blew past them. Then they would go on to blow past Winona 13-2 in the section championship game to get to this spot. So they had a very, very good run, did Byron. But again, for Chisago Lakes, defensively, just an insane run for them. Getting to this state tournament. Again, they did not allow 1 run, only scoring about 3 to 4 runs per game, but they did not allow 1 run until that section championship game against Rockridge, where they allowed 1 run. That game went into 10 innings, but it was Chisago Lakes coming out on top with the bases loaded, 1-out single to get the run across for the win and be crowned Section 7-3A champions. So we get the starting lineups here for Byron. As Natalia Behrens will pitch for the Bears, wearing number 16. Macy Beringer will be the designated player. I thought she was playing right. Mackenzie Steele playing second, number 20. Then number 12 at short is Cadence Fierstad. And then number 5 in right is Hattie Mathry. Sydney Portner in left field, we're number 6. Number 10 in first is Ella Brennan. Number 13 catching is Leah Bendix. Number 1 is in center, Leah Strain. Number 15, Cadence Augenstein. She is at third. So that is the lineup here for the Byron Bears. And now to get the lineup for the Chisago Lakes Wildcats. Looks like it will be much of the same for the Wildcats here in this one. It would be Jessica Diddle at second. Jessa Laritz in. They'll get their non-starters, but I think there's only one change as a part of their lineup here. We'll make sure that we get that for you. Meanwhile, Adam Hefty is live over there on 106.5 FM, AM 1350 with the Bram Bombers taking on the Wabasso Rabbits in that Class Single A quarterfinal matchup. Again, he's on Anthem Country. So again, for the most part, going to be the same. Yeah. Number 3, Jessica Diddle. And then it should be Jessa Laritz in left. But again, I know there were some changes. So Laritz will be still in left. And Anna Zaruba will pitch once again. Then Milana Larson. Milana Larson playing third. I apologize. I keep saying that wrong. Then the designated player, Annika Mauchow. And Rylan Shepik will catch once again. And in right, it is number 12, McKenna Thorson. There's the change. 19, Aubrey Perry playing at first. And then Chloe Ruza will again play center. So that's how they will line up. And playing shortstop is number 20, Kayla Larson. So she'll play at short. And that is how the lineups go for the Chisago Lakes Wildcats. As we get ready for first pitch here in Caswell Park in Mankato. We'll take one more commercial break, and then we'll be back for first pitch here on KBEK.
Minnesota Twins baseball.
Twins 2, Blue Jays nothing, 9th inning. The 0-2 to Varsho. He struck him out! Twins win! Twins
Every
win!
hit, home run, or strikeout on the boat, on the lawnmower, or at work. All the action is right here.
This is Royce Lewis.
This is Ryan Jeffers. Hey, Twins fans, this is Rocco Baldelli. You can catch Twins baseball all season long right here.
The Twins!
On Cool Country 100.9 WCMP.
Yeah, over on 100.9 FM. Catch all the Twins games all summer and fall long. We'll have those for you. So be sure to tune in to those when they play. As the Wildcats get set in the field. We just talked about their lineup. And getting set to lead off for the Byron Bears is their pitcher, number 16, Natalia Behrens. Behrens. Sounds like they call her Tally Behrens. First pitch is outside and low from Anna Zaruba. 4-1. So ball 1 for the Bears pitcher. This one is struck well out towards center for a base hit. So a leadoff single for the Byron Bears. And now to the plate is number 14, Macy Beringer, the designated player.
Ladies and gentlemen, now running at first base, number 4, Callie Barone.
Callie Barone will run at first for the Byron pitcher. Meanwhile, Macy Beringer, the designated player, at the plate.
Designated player, number 14, Macy Beringer.
Zaruba readies, and here is the pitch. Showing bunt, but misses on the bunt attempt, so that is strike 1. Byron did a really good job against Cretin-Durham Hall in the field and pitching. Be interested to see what they can do now at the plate, as 13 runs scored by Chisago Lakes in their state opener. This bunt is down, throw on to first. Nope, it's going to get by. And not only is it going to get by, it's going to get into the right field foul territory. They're going to send that runner home, and an error sends a run home early for Byron. A big-time error. And not only that, Beringer is into third. Oh, man. Not a good start here for Chisago Lakes. As coming to the plate now is number 20, the second baseman, Mackenzie Steele. So now a 1-0 lead for Byron on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Runner at third, nobody out. Top of the first. Can steal at the plate. Runner at third. Big jam to work out of here for the Wildcats. This pitch is in there by Zaruba for strike 2 to Mackenzie Steele. Well, they have it as one. Well, I know it's one strike at least. Can't tell with the scoreboard. Next pitch is high, and check with the umpire, see what he says. I think it's a 2-1 count. Yeah, I'm going to guess it's 2-1. Zaruba with the pitch. Right back up the middle. That's going to score a run on an RBI single. So now 2-0 for the Byron Bears and a runner at first. Not the best of starts here for Chisago Lakes, and they're going to have a meeting at the pitcher's circle before Cadence Fierstad comes to the plate, the shortstop. So, quick circle visit for Zaruba. And we get back to action with now the lefty Cadence Fierstad coming to the plate. 2 runs have scored, a runner at first, and nobody down for the Byron Bears. Zaruba trying to turn things around and get the first out. This one is swung on and missed, and a swinging strike that leaves the glove of Shepik goes back and allows Steele to reach. So now a runner at second for Byron, and being really aggressive early on. I do see what they're doing. They were aggressive there in that game against Crean-Durham Hall, so not too surprised. Meanwhile, it is an 0-1 count for Fierstad, and that one is a half-hearted swing for strike 2. And now a chance here for Zaruba to get the first out of the inning. This would go a long ways in trying to get out of the top of the first. Meanwhile, swing and a miss here, and that is out number 1. So that will certainly help things for the Wildcats. And now coming to the plate is number 5, the right fielder, Hattie M. Not sure how to pronounce her last name, Mathray.
Number 5, playing right field, Hattie
Mathray. So Mathray at the plate. 1 down, runner at second. So Zaruba with the pitch. Showing bunt, pulls back, and I think in time for ball 1. So 1-0 count now for Mathray. Top of the first, 2-0 Byron leads. This one is in there though for strike 1. No offer at that one from Mathray, but it is in there. Strike 1 from Zaruba. 1-1 count now. Runner at second, 1 down. Zaruba with the pitch. Showing bunt, missing on the bunt attempt is Mathray, and now a 1-2 count. Here we go, Zaruba trying to get things turned around in their favor so that they can quickly get to offense and try and answer these 2 runs. And a strike here would go a long way. And a swinging bunt throw down to first is in time for out number 2, but the runner does advance to third. So a half-swing bunt. So ground out for out number 2. But now to the plate, number 6, Sydney Portner. So runner at third, 2 down. Portner at the plate. Here's the pitch from Zaruba. Swing and a miss. 2 down. Runner at third. I think it's, 60 feet? Is the distance between the bases for high school in softball, I think. Here's the 0-1. That's outside. Can't tell if she tried to waste one there or be on a spot to waste one. 0-1, so that one just might have gotten away from her. Either way, it will make it a 1-1 count now, and looks like Bram just hit a home run, ladies and gentlemen, so Bram could possibly have the lead. Can't quite tell, but it is a home run, and that, I believe, is Morgan Rysam rounding the bases for that home run for Bram. Morgan Rysam has been just phenomenal for the Bram here this postseason. Meanwhile, a 1-1 now to Portner. Zaruba with the pitch. That one half swing, but it's in there anyways for strike 2. 1-2 the count for Portner. Zaruba trying to get out of the inning with only allowing the 2 runs. It must be the bottom of the first because Bram is the higher seed, so they are the home team. 2-2 now. That one right back at the pitcher, and it's leaving the infield. An RBI single for Portner. Well, that is really unfortunate here for the Wildcats. Another run will score. Makes it 3-0 and a runner at first. But good news. You might be thinking to yourself, what good news could possibly come of this? Well, it's only the first inning. That's the good news. Ella Brennan now at the plate. First pitch to her is high for ball 1. We got a 13-inning game in the game adjacent to us in field 6. Oh, and an out was just dropped in that game. Meanwhile, here in this one, Byron leads Chisago Lakes 3-0. Top of the first, 2 down, runner at first. Here's the 1-0 from Zaruba. That's going to be ball 2. 2-0 count now for Ella Brennan. She is the 7th batter here for Byron, top of the 7th. A half-hearted swing. Oh, not aggressive enough as the pitcher, but luckily her second baseman does get to it in time for the 3rd and final out, but my goodness, damage was done. 3 runs on 3 hits. And an error there by Chisago Lakes. And we'll move to the bottom of this inning. The Wildcats trail 3-0 on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. They've got some work to do here. But we'll be back after a quick word from our fine sponsors on Nice 95.5.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Back here on Nice 95.5 KBEK. Bram is having their way over there so far in the bottom of the first. A lot of cheers coming from that Bram section. Sounding good. So, leading it off for the Wildcats when they get to the plate, it'll be Jessica Diddle, then Jessa Laritz, and Anna Zaruba here in the bottom of the first. As I mentioned again, Natalia Barron's pitching for the Bears. And catching is Leah Bendix. At first, Ella Brennan. At second, it's Mackenzie Steele. At third, it is Cadence Augenstein. And at short, it is Cadence Fierstead. In left, it's Sydney Portner. In center, Leah Strain. And in right, it's Hattie Mathery. So here it is, the leadoff batter, Jessica Diddle, at the plate. First pitch to her is in there for strike 1. Diddle last game, 2 for 2 with a walk. She also had 2 RBIs as well. Oh, 1 count for her from Barons. This one is swung, and it's right to the second baseman. Oh, and she can't glove it cleanly, and Chisago Lakes is going to get on due to an error. Hey, any way you can get on, especially after allowing 3 runs in the first, you'll take it. So Jessa Laritz now to the plate. And Laritz.
Now batting, number 2, left fielder Jessa Laritz.
Will come to the plate and look to try and answer what the Bears did in their half of the first. Pitch from Barons on the way. Showing bunt, missing on the bunt attempt. And that's strike 1. Laritz last game. 0 for 2 with a walk. But she eventually came around to score on that walk as part of a grand slam. She half swung but did not go, and that is ball one for Laritz. A good crowd for both Chisago and Byron here. Filling up the fences, both sides. Here's the 1-1 for Laritz. That is high for ball two. And Diddle thought she might have a chance at getting to second, but that ball did not get by the catcher, and she quickly moves back to first. Wildcats in their same unis from earlier, the white jersey with the green letters and numbers outlining that Chisago Lakes gold, the green pants, white socks. This one is going to be, that's on the outside part of the plate, called strike, and it'll be even up. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Jessa Laritz. It's 2-2 now. And the pitch from Barons. Foul tipped, and that will go back and off the catcher's glove, and we'll move everybody back. Well, just the one runner at first back. Still a 2-2 count here for Laritz. And the pitch from Barons. Oh, half-hearted swing. She went. That's strike 3. Well, she should have laid off, and I think she knew it, but couldn't help herself on that one, and that is strike 3. So out number 1, now coming to the plate, Anna Zaruba. With 1 down and a runner at first. Zaruba, she scored 3 times in that game. She was 2 for 2. She was hit by a pitch and walked in that game against Benilde St. Margaret. Runner at first, 1 down. Bottom of the first. Looks like Bram now out to the second inning there. Here's the 1-0 to Zaruba. That's inside. And Diddle easily takes second. I think that'd be technically a pass ball because she dropped it. So now a 2-0 count for Zaruba. She's got runner at second. That runner is the leadoff batter, Diddle. Meanwhile, we have a win. Not quite. Nope. Still in the bottom of the 13th inning. I think it's Becker taking on one of their teams. This one is, what a grab by the shortstop. Throwing to first is in time for out number 2, but they do advance the runner to third. That one had outfield written all over it, but a good grab there at short makes it out number 2. So a runner at third for Milana Larson. With 2 down. Wildcats trying to at least get one of those runs back they gave up to Byron in the top of this inning. Larson, again, our player of the game last game against Benilde St. Margaret's. 5 RBIs in that game, along with a grand slam to go with it. Meanwhile, looks at strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. I think they're playing with Corey, maybe? Either way, 0-1 count for Larson. Give this one a ride. That's out of play. And does not get to anybody, so everybody's okay. But it's going to make it an 0-2 count now for Larson. And Larson looking to try and protect here, 0-2. 2 down, runner at third. And, they couldn't decide whether she went or not. Little bit of second guessing there from the first base umpire. He wanted to say no, then went yes. So it is going to stay as a strike, swinging for out number 3. Well, no hits, no runs for the Wildcats. They're going to end that error for Byron, but the Bears lead as we go to the top of the second, 3-0 over your Wildcats. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we return, we will have that second inning of play for you here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden french fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Sorry about that delay. Had to get a drink of water. A little bit warm out here. Meanwhile, top of the second. And getting set to lead off for the Byron Bears is number 13, Leah Bendix, the catcher. Zaruba with the pitch. Swung on and fouled. There by Bendix. They say it's only about 75, but if you're in the sun, it feels a lot warmer than that. We will take it, though. Compared to what we had yesterday, I think all of us are really okay with standing in the heat. Had a bunch of rain yesterday that postponed all of the games to today. Swing and a miss, meanwhile, for Bendix. Makes it 0-2, and Zaruba may have found her groove there after the first inning. It's kind of the opposite for the Wildcats. First and second innings were real good. Couldn't do any wrong. And then the next pitch here to Bendix is swung on and hit out towards left. It's fair. And that'll be a leadoff single. But, yeah, last game against Benilde St. Margaret's, man, seemed like they couldn't do any wrong. But the third inning is when Benilde was able to get a few runs and some hits there. And they were able to do some damage. A runner at first now. And now to the plate is Leah Strain, the center fielder. Meanwhile, still the 13th inning in the field adjacent to us. Man, oh man, what a battle over there. Tied at 1. Meanwhile, for Strain, this one is going to get by the catcher, and once again, a pass ball. Going to allow that runner to get to second, and that's something that, you know, they didn't struggle with immensely in that first game, but something that did happen more times than you would have liked for Chisago Lakes that allowed these runners to advance a base. And if you're Chisago Lakes, there are some things that in that first game you're saying to yourselves, man, we really got to clean up. But now here in the second game, all of a sudden it's become a really big situation where you got to clean up on the fly, and that is not a recipe for success. Meanwhile, this bunt to the pitcher is thrown on a first in time for out number 1, but that runner advances to third. So 1 out and a runner at third, and another inning where the Wildcats have got a runner at third with only 1 out. And we're back to the top of the order. Natalia Barron's single and eventually scored. So if you're the Wildcats, you really need to work on getting some big plays here. Half swing, they call that a ball. I don't know about that one. That one looked pretty clean. But it is ball 1. Whether I like it, you like it, we like it or not, it is ball 1. Zaruba with the next pitch. That is in there for strike 1. Good looking pitch just below the letters for that first strike. Getting the call from the coach in the dugout. Zaruba readies. And the pitch. Ooh, how did that one miss? And the last one didn't. Well, 2-1. I guess. For Barons. Runner at third, 1 down here in the top of the second. Outside for ball 3. Three-one count here for Natalia Barons. Zaruba trying to Just find the strike zone with this one. That one is swung on and out towards left, and even if it's caught, it's going to score a run. Good throw, but not going to be in time. Ooh, and a slide that looked like it may have hurt a little bit. So it's a sac fly, RBI for Barons. As out number 2. Another run scores, and Macy Beringer comes to the plate. So there are 2 outs, but it's a 4-0 lead now for Byron here in the top of the second. So Wildcats got some work ahead of them here as they try to get out of this inning. Beringer reached on an error as this one is swung on, fouled back. Reaches the backstop, but it won't hurt nothing because, well, it's a foul. So 0-1 now for Beringer. Oh, I think, no, they're going to say she did not go. We're going to 14 innings in that game on field 6. No one wants to take it. But it's also been pretty good pitching over there, too. So now we 1-1 for Beringer, and Zaruba with the pitch. Got a piece of it, but it fouls back. A 1-2 count now for Beringer as Zaruba tries to get out of the second. Here's the 1-2. Oh, again, that half swing, but they're going to say she didn't swing. That was similar to what Larson did last inning, and they called her out. 2-2. Got just a piece of it, rolls to the shortstop, throw on to first, just in time, and I mean just, for out number 3. Well, one hit, scores a run for the Bears. No errors there this time for Chisago Lakes, but they now trail 4-0 and have got work ahead of them to do as we move to the bottom of the second inning here at the Class 3A state semifinal game between the Chisago Lakes and Byron Bears.
Aurelius Manufacturing has been providing innovative solutions to customers since 1926. Specializing in the production of custom welded hydraulic cylinders for over 40 years, our focus is on providing value to customers through innovative problem solving, quality workmanship, and customer service. Our team works with your team to develop designs that provide the most value for your application. We leverage technology and craftsmanship, turning designs into finished products quickly and accurately. Aurelius Manufacturing is a proud sponsor of the Brand Bombers.
Well, Becker and Ricori going to a 14th inning in the field just across from us. Tied at 1, by the way. Tied at 1. Meanwhile, Ricori gets a base hit that turns into 2, so a leadoff base hit, and it's a double over there. Well, there we go. Ricori trying to get 1 run. But leading off for the Chisago Lakes Wildcats is Annika Malchow here in the bottom of the second. She bats for Kayla Larson. Malchow had a pretty good first game. 2 for 3, 2 singles, and reached to score on one of those as well. She looks at first pitch strike. The 0-1 from Barons. That one is swung on and laced to left, and it's going to be a leadoff base hit for the Wildcats. Well, she got all of that one. And Wildcats have a runner at first. Now to the plate is Rylan Shepik. And might we see a pinch runner? We will. So pinch running here for Malchow is Alexa Thorson. Thorson will run at first. So Shepik at the plate. Runner at first. And here's the pitch from Barons. Ooh, Shepik wanted to offer at that one, but just did not like where it was at. If you're not confident in it, better off just not swinging, and that's what she does there. She lays off that one. And if you're not confident in it, no point in swinging and possibly getting a unneeded strike or an out. So she just lays off. It is strike one, by the way. And kind of a swinging bunt there. First baseman will take it to first and get the out unassisted. Rakori scores in the game across from us. I hear the cheers, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm talking about it. So they get a run and possibly the game winner. Meanwhile, one out here for the Wildcats in the bottom of the second, runner at second. And now to the plate, McKenna Thorson. First pitch to Thorson's outside, ball one. $4-0 lead for the Byron Bears here, Chisago Lakes. A tough first inning and a half, but looks like their offense has gotten a little bit something going. This one is going to be popped up, and it's just going to miss the first baseman's glove. It's going to roll into foul territory. Oh, and the runner at third. They wanted her to go, but she kind of froze there. Just after third, Alexa Thorson froze at halfway to home, and because of that, they're not going to get a run. What a double. Should have been an RBI for McKenna Thorson, but her sister, Alexa, kind of freezes there at third, and that brings Aubrey Perry to the plate with a chance to score 2 runs, but if you're the Wildcats, man, you're just saying there, man, we could have had one already. So a tough thing to happen there if you're Chisago Lakes. Meanwhile, Barons takes something off that pitch and gets it in there for strike one. I mean, she took a lot off that one. I wouldn't have swung either. That was confusing. 0-1 now for Aubrey Perry. Perry last game was 1 for 3, a sac fly. This one is popped up, and it is going to hit the fence for strike 2. If you're the Wildcats, you have to get one of these runs scored. Otherwise, you're going to be in big trouble going forward because you've got them in scoring position now, and if you get at least one score, that could get to a little bit of a snowball effect here, especially with one down. Here's the pitch from Barons, Inside for ball one. Good eye there from Aubrey Perry. One, 2 now for the first baseman, Perry. Barons with the pitch. This one's flown out towards center. What at would be the warning track. It is caught for out number 2, but the runner is going to score on a sac fly. So Perry, her second game in a row with a sac fly RBI. But that is out number 2. But again, more importantly, it scores the run. Runner at third, 2 down for the Wildcats, but more importantly, they have a run on the board. 2 down, and at the plate is Chloe Ruza to the right-handed batter's box. She was 0 for 2, saw the plate twice in the 4th inning of last game, where she was hit by a pitch and then grounded out. First pitch to her. Oh, in there for strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Oh, 0-1 now for Ruza. And the pitch from Barons. Oh, got a piece of it, just a little underneath it. And if she can straighten that swing out, that one's at least into the outfield. Is it popped up or is it caught? We don't know, but that one would have been sent a ways at least. So you have the chance for a run there, but it is fouled instead. Now 0-2 for Ruza as the Wildcats try to score that run from third. Here's the pitch from Barons. And that one getting by the third baseman. The shortstop throw on to first is just in time. Man, oh man. Good play there from short to get the third out. Well, 2 hits, score a run here for the Wildcats, and they get on the board at least. No errors there for Byron. And we'll be moving on to the third inning of play, where your Wildcats trail the Byron Bears here in this Class 3A state semifinal 4-1. And back after a word from our fine sponsor.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Getting ready for the top of the third inning. Wildcats trail 4-1. Becker and Ricori. Ricori has the lead over Becker right now, 2-1. Hoping that 2 is enough. Meanwhile, in our game, the Wildcats, tough first 2 quarters, or innings. But last inning was a little bit better. They still allowed 1 run, though, and if you're the Wildcats, offense is going to have to really come alive in this bottom of the third, but defense has to do its part at the top of this inning. Mackenzie Steele leads it off. She had an RBI single and came around to score last inning, and, well, no surprise, she leads it off with a single. Byron Bears have had a base runner in the first at-bat in every inning now with that hit. And to the plate is Cadence Fierstead. Fierstead at the plate now with a runner at first in the leadoff batter. That one swung on, hit out towards center. That's going to get to the wall, well, the fence, if you will. Then the throw is going to be in, but it's not going to get to third in time, and it's a double for Fierstead, and all of a sudden the Bears are now threatening again to score with runners in scoring position and nobody out. Byron, a very good team, beating Cretin-Durham Hall.
Now batting, number 5, right fielder,
Hattie Mathery at the plate now. Runners in scoring position, nobody out. That one's high for ball 1. One-0 pitch from the pitcher. It just gets by her glove. They'll have to throw to first to get the out, but the runner will score from third. So it's an RBI ground out. For out number 1, runner from second moves to third, and it's now 5-1 Byron. It's 1 down. Then a runner at third. Runner at third, Sydney Portner to the plate. RBI single last time out. And the runner will score again, but she is out at first. So another ground out for an RBI. Nobody on. Ella Brennan to the plate. It's 6-1 now, Byron. First pitch from, Zaruba is in there. Strike 1. Strike is dropped, but no matter because there's nobody on. Zaruba readies. And here's the 0-1. That's in there for strike 2. That's a good-looking pitch, and Zaruba really needed a strike like that. Get some confidence back. The Bears of Byron have been kind of all over her pitches here in the first 3 innings. Here's the 0-2 trying to finish it off. Can't get her to offer at 1 upstairs, and it's ball 1. 1-2 count for Ella Brennan. Here's the pitch from Zaruba on to second, rather, for the out. Actually, that's similar to the first inning. She hit it to second for the third out last time around. 2 runs, 2 hits for the Bears. No errors from Bram. And we're now moving to the bottom of the third inning. Wildcats trailing here by 5. Need to get something going offensively sooner than later here in this one.
You gotta stop somewhere, so make a stop into the Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Right now, get Red Bull 8.4 ounces, 3 for $6.50. Pringles are 2 for $5 and save $2 on 7th Avenue Pizza when you buy 2. Plus, introducing Lucky Days, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mention to the cashier, it's your lucky day, and get free items and discounts on drinks and fuel. Whoa! Keep an eye on social media to learn more. Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
And after 14 innings where Corey is able to beat Becker 2-1 in the field across from us, man, oh man, no one wanted to give in on that one, but it's Corey who comes away with the win there. In our game, your Chisago Lakes Wildcats trail the Byron Bears 6-1 in the bottom of the third. End of the third over on field 2, where the Bram Bombers lead Wabasso in the top of the fourth, 2-0. Bram will look to add on to their lead and also hope that their defense can continue their strong performance as they have all postseason long. So, a team who's only allowed a few runs, I think they've only allowed 4 runs in their entire postseason run. Meanwhile, here for the Wildcats in the bottom of the third, leading off is Jessica Diddle. And the first pitch is high for ball 1. For the Wildcats, although they did get that 1 run there in the second and saw, 5 batters at the plate, they just didn't get Barons to throw a lot, and they were swinging, or not swinging, rather, when they should have been, and they'll look to make Barons throw a few more here, as that one's inside for ball 2. So if you're the Wildcats, you hope to see just a few more pitches from Barons to at least get her to throw a few more and maybe tire that arm out a little bit, but Wildcats need to get some offense going here because Byron is showing no signs of slowing down for their offense. 2-0 now to Diddle. That's outside for ball 3. That's pass ball, but nobody on, so no harm, no foul. And that's good on the Bears though. They're getting these pass balls when nobody's on base. So although you don't want them, you're okay with it because nobody is on the base paths. 3-0 now for the leadoff Diddle. Barons with the pitch. And that's in there for strike 1. No surprise to get a red light there on 3-0, especially when you're trailing in the bottom of the third. Don't really want to be swinging at something that's not a good pitch. So 3-1 now for Diddle. And the pitch from Barons. Took something off. Ooh. Called strike 2 on that outside part of the plate. Again, I just don't know about that call. Well, it's full count for Diddle, and they need her on base. They need to get her and the next few on. They need to start getting some runs back. 3-2 on the way. Oh, what is she doing watching that one? Well, she watches it go by for strike 3, and that was not necessarily down the center, but it was as good as we're going to get. That one was really not even close to a ball, from my view. Again, totally different view at the plate, but looked like one that she probably should have swung on. Now at the plate, Jessa Laritz with 1 down. Laritz, the lefty. And again, change-up, and the throw is going to beat her on the grounder to the third baseman for out number 2. Well, not ideal to begin the third, as now Anna Zaruba to the plate, 2 down. already, and again, she hasn't thrown that many pitches. Well, 2 down for Zaruba, nobody on. And the pitch from Barons. Outside for ball 1. (1-0) now for the pitcher Zaruba. She tries to maybe start a 2-out rally here. Her team trails by 5. The pitch tries to take some off it. This time it comes up well short in front of the plate, and it rolls to the backstop for ball 2. (2-0) now for Zaruba. Again, trying to get a 2-out rally started for the Wildcats. The next one is high, and that'll make it a 3-0 for Zaruba. The 3-0 from Barons. That's ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk here for Zaruba, and Alana Larson now coming to plate. Again, she struck out swinging, a half-hearted swing in that first. They'll get a pinch runner here, and that will be Molly Luma. So Luma will be the pinch runner at first. Again, Alana Larson at the plate. Last game, man, she was feeling it. Grand slam along with 5 RBIs in that game. RBI double to begin the game for her. Now runner at first with 2 down for Larson. First pitch to her is swung on and fouled back. And out of play. There for Larson. (0-1). Barons with the pitch. Ooh, Larson wanted to, but a good eye on that one to hold off, and that is ball 1. She wanted to give that one a ride, but decided against it, and that was a very, very smart play. Byron in their black jerseys, white numbers and letters outlined in the yellow, the gray pants with the black, 2 black stripes with the middle yellow, the black socks as well. Here's the 1-1 now to Larson. That one swung on to the shortstop, and she'll just step on second for the 3rd out. Well, not quite 1, 2, 3, but close enough, and that's going to do it. No hits, no runs, and no errors for Byron. And that is going to do it for our 3rd inning of play. It is the Byron Bears leading your Chisago Lakes Wildcats 6-1 as we move to the 4th inning of play here on KBEK.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK. Your Chisago Lake Wildcats trail the Byron Bears 6-1 in the top of the 4th. And leading it off for the Bears is Leah Bendix. Back in the 2nd, led it off with a single, and eventually came around to score. And in each of the first 3 innings, Byron has had a lead-off batter reach, whether it be a single or an error. Actually, they've just had him reach with a single. Now that I look at it, I thought there was an error in there, but there was not. So Chisago Lake's looking to change that narrative here with Bendix swinging and fouling this one off for strike one. The Wildcats have got some work to do here to try and get back into this one. The next one is in there for strike two. Oh, 2 count for Bendix, and Zaruba tries to get to the first out. First time a first out would be a leadoff batter, or a leadoff batter would be out. That's how English works. We'll get there. So that's what she's trying to do here for the first time in this game is Zaruba. An 0-2 count again for Bendix. And the pitch from Zaruba, oh, almost got her to go, but she held back on that one. And it'll be 1-2 now for Bendix. Zaruba with the 1-2. That's in there for strike three. Got her looking for out number one, and cheers from the Wildcats sideline. Maybe that will give them the energy they need. Now Leah Strain at the plate. So the first time here this game, the Wildcats got the leadoff batter out. Otherwise, there were 3 straight innings where the leadoff batter had reached with a hit. This time, though, they changed that with a leadoff strikeout from Zaruba. Here's the pitch. Just Strain, that is fouled off. Now can the Wildcats turn that leadoff batter out into another 2 outs to get out of this inning and then get their offense back and try and get something going that way. 0-1 on the way. That one is fouled into the netting. Leah Strain. Now with an 0-2 count. Wildcats, it's been a tough first 3 innings, but Zaruba may have found a little bit of something against these batters. Tries to get her to swing at one high in the zone, but winds up wasting one high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Leah Strain. Top of the 4th, 1 down. This one, oh! That was in a similar spot that last strike was called, but it's apparently just going to miss the zone for ball 2. Evens up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes for Leah Strain. Zaruba, readies. Here's the 2-2 on the way. Got her swinging to the third baseman. Throw on to first. Oh, what a rocket to first in time. Route number 2. All right. So 2 down. And now to the plate is Natalia Behrens. 1 for 1 today with a sac fly RBI in the second. So, or 1 for 2, I guess that would mean. So here's the first pitch to Behrens. This one popped up, and it's going to go out of play. Get a new ball back here for Zaruba. It's an 0-1. So if you're Zaruba now, you're got to be feeling a little bit more confident. You just got the first 2 outs, something you haven't done so far in the first 3 innings. Now you've got the first 2 outs, and they're the top of the order now. But if you can get this out, this would, I mean, I got to imagine this would got to infuse some energy back into this team. Meanwhile, this next pitch is ball 1. And now the 1-1 pitch on the way from Zaruba. Swung on and foul back and out of play. So it'll make it a 1-2 count now for Natalia Behrens. Pitcher for Byron. Here's the 1-2. That one swung on out towards left. Fielder's there, grabs it for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning. The first time the Wildcats have been able to do that here against the Bears. And a great play there by McKenna Thorson in right to make the catch for out number 3. 1-2-3 goes Byron. Can the Wildcats turn around here in the bottom of the 4th and put some runs on the board and make this a game once again? We'll find out But we'll be back first after a word from our fine sponsors here on KBEK.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. Pineagency.us.
Don't forget, you can hear that man, Adam Hefty, on the Front Porch Morning Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. And you can hear Sports with Me with him at 7:30 and 8:30 on that Front Porch Morning Show, where we talk local sports, regional and national sports as well. And after the next week or so, well, 1 week from today, maybe two, all we'll be talking about really is regional sports. Leading it off for the Wildcats, Annika Malchow led it off with a single, came around to score as their lone run here so far today, and she'd do that again. Barons with the pitch. Oh, well out in front of that one. You know, that's unfortunate too, because Barons took a lot of something off that, and Malchow swung and didn't need to because it looked like that pitch may have wound up hitting her. I don't know if it's because she swung that it wound up hitting her, but 0-1 anyways. The 0-1 from Barons. That stays high for ball one. That off speed from Barons it's so weird because it looks like it's going to come up short, but then it winds up just getting in the zone or just falling or just reaching. Very interesting pitch. It's a good pitch. Good pitch. 1-1 though for Malchow. The next one is ball two. Two 2-1 now for Malchow. Balls, one strike. And the pitch. Had a piece of it, right back to the pitcher. She knocks it down with her glove, throwing a first in time for out number one. So one down here for the Wildcats, and Rylan Shepik comes to the plate to try and get something going for the Wildcats. Loser would play tomorrow at 12:30 in the third place game. Winner would move on to the state championship game, played on Friday at 11:30 at the U of M at their softball field. Shepik got a piece of that one and fouls it into the backstop for strike one. I'm going to go check the bracket just to make sure that I'm speaking right. Yeah, so winner moves on to play Friday at 11:30 a.m. at Jane Sage Cowell Stadium. Loser will play tomorrow at 12:30 on field 2 in the third place game. Meanwhile, one down here for the Wildcats, an 0-1 count for Shepik. This one fouled down the third baseline by Shepik, and it makes it an 0-2 count. One down, nobody on for Chisago Lakes. Oh-2 is on the way. And again, kind of a check swing, but going to wind up going right to the second baseman in time, thrown on to first for out number 2. So quick 2 outs, and Wildcats are in danger of going 1-2-3. Something they're trying to avoid here, but McKenna Thorson at the plate. She had a double back in the second, and will look to do the same here to try and get a little 2-out rally going. They certainly need it. And the pitch from Barons. Swinging and missing. Actually, she did get a piece of it. Does Thorson. But it is strike one. Barons with the 0-1 to Thorson. Thorson gets a piece of it. It goes over the third baseman's glove. The throw from short, and she's safe. Beat it out on the infield hit. Bouncing kind of over, hitting the third baseman's glove to the shortstop. Good throw, but just not in time. And now Aubrey Perry comes to the plate. 2 down and a runner at first. Still a chance for that 2-out rally. Barron's readies. And the pitch here to Perry. It's low for ball 1. (1-0) now for Aubrey Perry. Sack fly back in the second. Swinging and missing on this one. That'll make it a 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike for Aubrey Perry. Runner at first, 2 down here, bottom of the 4th. Wildcats trail 6-1 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. The 1-1 pitch from Barron's. That stays high for ball 2. (2-1) now for Perry. Barron's done a pretty good job in the circle here today as she looks for another out. Meanwhile, the Wildcats just trying to get runners close enough. This next pitch misses, and that'll make it a 3-1 count for Perry. So with the hitter's count, Perry trying to put something in play for the Wildcats. Pitch from Barron's. That is in there for strike 2, which runs the count full now for Aubrey Perry. And if you're Chisago Lakes, not much has left the infield. You're looking to put one deep into the gap in left or right, but got to give, again, credit to these fielders. They've done a good job as well for Byron. Here's the pitch from Barron's, and no, she did not go. She checked her swing, but did not go. So that's ball 4. She does draw the walk. Runners at first and second now for the Wildcats. 2 down, and it's Chloe Ruza at the plate. A ground out back in the second. She was out number 3. The umpire behind home plate checks with the first base umpire just to make sure. And he says, no, she did not swing. So it will be runners first and second with 2 down. Barron's with the pitch. And again, that off speed that starts so high and then comes down and winds up in the zone for strike 1. (0-1) for Ruza. And the pitch from Barron's. Swing and a miss on that one. Good bat speed on that one, but just couldn't make contact, and it's 0-2. Some of these you look at and it's like, man, if she makes contact just because of the bat speed, she's sending it a ways, but did not make contact there, missing on it, and it's 0-2. 2 down, runners at first and second, bottom of the 4th. Wildcats need a few runs. Swing and a miss. Route number 3. 1 hit, no runs for the Wildcats. No errors by Byron. And we're moving on to the 5th inning where the Wildcats trail 6-1 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Well, the Wildcats have their work cut out for them as they go forward, needing their defense to step up, make some stops, and the offense needs some runs. We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
End of the 5th inning in that Bram-Wabasso game. Bram leads 2-1. So that one's getting close over there. That's going to be a good one. I kind of figured that one would be really good in that 4-5 matchup. Meanwhile, the Chisago Lakes Wildcats came in as the number 2 seed. Byron as the number 6 seed, but I really don't know that the seedings matter so much at the state tournament. Just because it does, again, you throw out what you did in the regular season. You just never know what's going to happen in the game. Meanwhile, Anna Zaruba is out there for another inning of pitching for the Wildcats. Top of the 5th, leading off for the Bears is Macy Beringer. And this first pitch swing is popped up to third and caught for out number 1. Well, can't get much better than that. 1 pitch, 1 out. Only better you can get is 2 pitch, 2 outs. 3 pitch, 3 outs. It's the only way it can get better. Mackenzie Steele up to the plate now with 1 down. And the Wildcats will hope to make it another 1-2-3 and hope for another 1 pitch, 1 out. Well, not going to happen, but that one is in there for strike 1. So Zaruba delivers that one for a strike. Game day coming out here at Caswell Park in Mankato, Minnesota for this state tournament semifinal game in Class 3A. She went on that one, and she couldn't hold back, and that's to make it 0-2 now for Mackenzie Steele. Zaruba getting into a little bit of rhythm here these last couple innings. Can she finish it off? Here's the 0-2. Got her swinging, and that one's going to be fouled and hit the top of the Byron dugout. Oh, 2 for Steele. The pitch from Zaruba. Did she get a piece of it? She must have. Yeah, so I think she must have got a piece of it to foul it off. Otherwise, it would have been strike 3 swinging, but she did get a piece of it. So 0-2 again from Zaruba. Oh, no. On the outside part of the plate, good spot for that one, but they say no. It misses for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now for Mackenzie Steele. Zaruba looking for another payoff pitch. That one hit, chopper to second, thrown on to first in time for out number 2. 2 down now for the Bears. And now to the plate is the lefty, Cadence Fierstead. Zaruba readies. Here's the pitch. Oh, that's high and gets over the head of the catcher, but it won't make a difference because there is nobody on the base path. So 1-0 now for Fierstead. Fierstead has seen the plate twice. She's 1 for 2, struck out in the first and then doubled and scored in the third. 1-0 is swung on and fouled into the netting to make it a 1-1. One is in there for strike 2 to Fierstead, and now Zaruba trying to finish off the top of the 5th. One, two, swung on and hit fair. That one is hit fair for a base hit down the left field line. Wasn't sure because I couldn't quite see, so they will stay alive for Haiti Mathery. 2 down, runner at first for the Bears.
Now batting, number 5,
Mathery will check her play sheet on the wrist. Daruba with the pitch, showing bunt, swing and a miss. Throw down to second's not in time. You know, I'm kind of surprised they threw that down. I'm surprised they threw that down because you risk that one. You know, you're risking error there and then allowing her to reach third, if not even more, because of how far it could roll into the outfield. So a little bit surprised they tried to throw her out there. Either way, it's strike one to Hattie Mathery. This one is swung on and hit foul off the third base line, and it's an 0-2 for Mathery as the Wildcats try to wrap up the top of the fifth. On the way from, oh man, from Zaruba. Sorry, I was stuck in between calling her name and then watching the play as this one is bunted on a ball well high in the zone. Bunted to the third baseman on a pop-up bunt for an out.
And Byron in the top of the fifth. No runs on one hit. No errors and one runner.
One hit, no runs for the Bears. No errors for the Bombers. And we move to the bottom of the fifth. It will be the top of the order for the Wildcats that we will see. It'll be the 1, 2, 3 batters due up for the Wildcats, and we'll be back after a quick word from our fine sponsors.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Man, that sounds good after being out in the sun all day. Might have to get one, even though there's no A&W here. I'll find something. Leading off for the Wildcats, Jessica Diddle. Then it'll be Laritz and Zaruba due up. First pitch to Diddle. Swung on and missed for strike one. Wildcats really haven't been able to do much. Total of 3 hits here in the game, 1 run. Couple of errors out there. That one's in there for strike 2. Quickly down 0-2 is Jessica Diddle. As Barron's readies with the 0-2 and the pitch. That one is swung, and that's going to get through right between first and second. And a leadoff single here for the Wildcats. Only second time they've been able to lead off an inning with a hit. Now they led off the first with Diddle reaching, but she didn't reach with a hit. She reached with an error. Now Jessa Laritz at the plate, 0 for 2 so far today. Here's the pitch to Laritz. Fouls that one into the netting. So now 0-1 for Laritz. And the pitch. Got a piece of it, and it's going to roll foul off the first base line. Wasn't super strongly hit, but it did bounce and looked like could roll, but wound up bouncing hard into foul territory. Down the first base line, and it's now an 0-2 count for Jessa Laritz. Runner at first, leadoff batter. That one is going to be high for ball one as Larrett's showing bunt, but pulling back and letting it go by for ball one. 1-2 now for Larrett's. And the pitch from Barons. She did not go on the swing, and the runner from first, Diddle, takes second on the steal. Larrett's did check swing, but she did not go. Did hold up in time. So it'll be 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second now with the steal. Nobody out for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 5th. Two pitch from Barons to Larrett's. Outside, ball 3. So Larrett's draws a full count. Runner at second, nobody out. And again, their offense needs to get some work done here, trailing by 5 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Barons. Oh. They're going to double it up. So Larrett's went down looking. She didn't like it. I tend to agree. It looked a little inside to me, but it's called strike 3. And then Diddle tried to steal third, and she was thrown out. So now it's a double play, and all of a sudden go from no outs to 2 outs, and you've got Anna Zaruba at the plate with 2 down and nobody on. So it looked like a good chance to score some runs is all of a sudden gone by the wayside, but Zaruba at the plate, you've got a chance still to get a runner or 2 on and get some to cross. She looks at ball 1. Barons has done a pretty good job, though, painting these edges of the plate here this afternoon. So you got to give her some credit. She's done a really good job pitching. Here's this one swung on and popped up. Center fielder comes up to make the grab, about 6 feet off of the dirt for out number 3. Well, a 1-2-3 inning in some sort of way. They did get a hit, but that was it. No runs and no errors there by Byron. And we're moving to the 6th. Wildcats trail 6-1, and they trail by 5. That's what I was going to say. Here to the Byron Bears, and now we'll get to the 6th inning of play. Wildcats have their work to do.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsan, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
Absolutely, the passion for sports begins here on Nice 95.5 KBK. Game Day Gilman out here at Caswell Park in Mankato for the Softball State Tournament Class 3A semifinal between the Byron Bears and the Chisago Lakes Wildcats. Wildcats trail right now by 5 in the top of the 6th. We'll see the 6, 7, 8 batters due up for the Bears. They lead by 5 over your Wildcats. First pitch from Zaruba is high for ball 1. If this score remains or the Wildcats are not able to overcome the 5-run deficit, they would go and play in the 3rd place game tomorrow right back here at Field 2 at 12:30. But if they wound up coming up with, 6, 7 runs here before the end of this one and holding Byron to their 6, they would play in the championship game on Friday at 11:30 a.m. on the campus of the University of Minnesota at the Gopher Softball Stadium. 1-1 now for the leadoff batter, Sydney Portner of the Bears. This next pitch is going to roll to the catcher from Zaruba. Shepik runs and gets it. Let me tell you, it's a beautiful day out here for some softball, state tournament softball. It's warm, but, not too warm. That breeze certainly helps. 2-1 on the way. This one swung on, and that's going to get the gap there in right. So leadoff single for Byron. And for the fourth time this game, they have a leadoff hit. In back-to-back innings, they did not have a leadoff hit in the 4th and 5th. But they get back to it here in the 6th. So now Ella Brennan to the plate. 0 for 2 today, 2 groundouts. But now a runner at first. And, Byron, every time they get a runner on as the leadoff runner, they always score. Meanwhile, this one is flown out to center for out number 1. Runner will stay at first for Leah Bendix. Yeah, anytime Byron has got a runner on with the leadoff batter, they have gotten a run to score. First 3 innings, leadoff batter has reached, they came around to score. So we'll see if that's the case here in the 6th, or if the Wildcats can't manage to hold a run off the board. As now Bendix at the plate. Here's the pitch from Zaruba. That is high. Nice grab, though, by Shepik. Hold the runner at first, but it is ball 1. Zaruba readies, and here's the 1-0. Swung on, and to the third baseman. Throw on to second is in time as she slides. The second baseman slides into second to get out number 2. And Bendix will reach on the fielder's choice. So they get that lead runner there at second as the throw from Milana Larson to Diddle as she slid into second to get that out. Hey, any way you can get them. The strain now at the plate. 2 down. Runner at first.
Now running at first base, number 2, Bella Wright.
Okay, sounds like they got a pinch runner there at first. It's Bella Wright. But meanwhile, the first pitch here is strike 1 from Zaruba to Strain. They throw down to first, try to get her, but she is back in time safely at first base. Try to get it doubled up, but cannot. 0-1 for Strain. And here's the pitch from Zaruba. That one right to the second baseman has it go underneath her glove. They'll try to throw into second. It is going to get away off the mark. Left fielder comes in to stop it, and it's going to be a base hit. So a 2-out hit there. Puts runners at first and second, and we're back to the top of the order for the Byron Bears. Natalia Behrens.
Number 16, Callie Barron.
Comes to the plate. Got a cloud. Small one, but we'll take it. So with 2 down runners at first and second, Behrens in the left-handed batter's box. Zaruba gets this one. It's swung out to center field, but on the run. She makes the grab for out number 3. 2 hits, no runs, and no errors there by Chisago Lakes here in the 6th. And a nice running catch by Chloe Ruza to end the top of the 6th. Well, Wildcats only have 2 innings to get their offense going, and it starts with the bottom of the 6th. They got to get some runs on the board here if they want a chance in the 7th. We'll be back after a 30-second break.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Join us June 14th for a day full of free outdoor experiences.
Oh, I was there last year, and I'm going again.
Join us for the free youth outdoor experience at the Gopher Rifle and Revolver Club in Harris, June 14th. Come for the axe throwing, exhibits, clay pigeon demos from the fire department, arts and crafts, 2,000 ears of sweet corn. There's really too much to mention. And kids that sign up before May 31st get a free t-shirt. Register now.
It's easy to sign up. There's a QR code on the Facebook page.
Get the QR code today. Visit Long Spurs of Sunrise River.
It was awesome.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, the Bombers win over Wabasso on a walk-off single by Lenez. One of their younger young ladies walks it off there in the 7th. Wow, what a fun way to end that one. Meanwhile, leading off for the Wildcats is Milana Larson. Her power has been pretty much diminished and taken out of the game here in this one against Byron, so they're looking to try and see if they can't get her power to be utilized. But again, Bram walks it off against Wabasso with a walk-off single from Lenez, and they'll be headed to the next round. They'll play at 9 p.m. tonight, and yes, we will have coverage of that game. I will be out there. They will play against United South Central, who is the overall number 1 team, but they'll play on Field 3 at 9 p.m. tonight. Meanwhile, again, leading it off for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 6th is Milana Larson. She now has a 1-1 count. And again, her power has just not been able to be used here in this one. Again, grand slam back in the first game against Benilde St. Margaret's, but Barons has done a really good job of not allowing her to utilize that power. But if they could ever use a big hit here, it'd be right now. Again, that changeup is just nasty from Barons. I mean, no one has been able to hit it today. So a swing and miss on that one for strike 2. Here's the 1-2 now. And she got her swinging. Oh. So was it foul? Was it? That was strange. So she swung and missed. It wound up in foul territory. They say it was a strike dropped. And then the throw down to first was the out. So interesting play there. So that's 1 down now for the Wildcats. And at the plate, Annika Malchow. Malchow today, or in this game rather, is 1 for 2. But again, the Wildcats, man, they got to get things going offensively because they're running out of time. Ooh, I don't know about that one. That is called strike on the outside part of the plate. It was low a little bit too. I don't know. I think I would have let that one be called ball 1. Pretty open strike zone for this game. But again, every team's got to deal with it. Now he's swinging a miss there from Malchow. And all of a sudden, she's down 0-2. And, man, an out here going to hurt because then the Wildcats will be down to their final 4 outs of this game. Pitch on the way from Barons. She chops it down the third base line. Throw on to first is in time for out number 2. So now 2 down here for the Wildcats. Nobody on in the bottom of the 6th. And coming to the plate is Rylan Shepik. Two down, Shepik at the plate. First pitch to her from Barons. On the way. Got a piece of it, and it's going to roll foul down that first base line. Actually, I think it might got a piece of her as it rolled down the first base line. Oh, 1 for Shepik. Barons with the 0-1 on the way. Shepik, a half swing. On to third, throw on to first. It was high, but she was able to reel it in and get stepped on the bag For out number 3, no hits, no runs for the Wildcats, no errors by the Byron Bears. And we're headed to the 7th inning, and the Wildcats have 3 outs to get at least 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th, if they're able to hold the Bears off of the scoreboard. We will be back after a quick word from our fine sponsors here on KBEK.
Honeymoon, here we come. Where's our car?
It's been stolen.
We'll call our insurance agent. I'm right here.
Oh, hey, Jen. You got our invite.
Love the dress.
Are we covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose auto owners. We work together to get the right coverage. So when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered.
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
We want to thank all of our fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast that we do, whether it's spring, summer, winter, fall. We thank our fine sponsors for sponsoring them all. Wasn't supposed to rhyme, but I said, why not? Sorry. 6-1, top of the 7th. Looks like, no, I thought we got a new catcher, but we did not. Zaruba will be out there to finish it off here in the 7th. And leading it off for the Byron Bears is number 14, Macy Beringer. So top of the 7th, Byron Bears lead 6-1. Katie Augenstein is actually going to lead it off, so pinch hitter here for the Byron Bears. So the Byron Bears have a pinch hitter. It is, again, Cadence Augustine. Meanwhile, this one is in there for strike 2. This one is swung on and fouled into the netting off the first base line, and she'll stay alive 0-2. Joining me now is Adam Hefty, the KBK morning show host of the Front Porch Morning Show, and he just finished up calling the Bram game over on Field 2, and
it was a wild one.
Yeah, you and I were messaging about that one. We'll get an update here at the break about how that one went from you, but in this one, as you can see, Adam, a 6-1 lead for Byron. Byron, whether it's softball or baseball, they just always seem to be here at the state tournament. It doesn't seem fair.
I mean, you pass by it, I guess, on the way down here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Chisago Lake's in a hole, but you can't come back without being down, right?
Oh, that's a good point. That's,
I mean,
that's a really good point. Yeah.
Think about it.
I like it. 1-2 as Augenstein fouls that one off the first base line, and she will, again, stay alive with a 1-2 count, Zaruba. As it was a good first game here for the Wildcats, but unfortunately, Byron just got out to a quick start, and their pitcher has just been Key Behrens has just been huge. And, you know, as I'm watching this one, Adam, Augenstein will strike out swinging as out number 1. But as I'm watching this one, Adam, it reminds me of the Rush City section championship game against Esco, where the pitcher was just so good, Chisago Lakes just can't seem to get anybody on in place and close enough to score. They have scored 1, but that has been it, and that has been way it.
Has there been comfortable swings at least?
No, and that's the thing too.
Okay.
Is it's eerily similar to that Rush City Esco game, or 2 games, because the hits that they have got have not left the infield. They've been pretty. I don't want to say they're weak, but not as strong grounders as they probably could be, as this one is going to leave the infield on the hit from Mackenzie Steele. It'll be a 1-out single for the Byron Bears, and that'll put a runner on. But, yeah, so, I mean, you know, the Byron Bears haven't scored since the 3rd. So, again, much like that game, the second one, you know, the defense for Chisago Lakes has finally found something and stopped Byron, but all of a sudden they can't get their bats going.
Yeah, it'll just be sometimes later on in games, if you are able to get your bats going, those things kind of snowball and the floodgates open. But we'll see what happens. They have to get through the bottom or the top half of the 7th as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, a runner at first now, and Fierstead will be at the plate to hit for the Byron Bears. And there's only one down here, top of the 7th. As Zaruba readies. And the first pitch swung on and popped up towards short. And she makes a grab for out number 2. So that certainly helps, and that could go a long ways in ending the top of the 7th.
That was an important one, is just trying to get ahead of the batter.
Making the catch there, the shortstop, Kayla Larson. And now to the plate is Hattie Mathry. 6-1 still the lead for Byron. They got a runner at first, 2 down. Here's the pitch from Zaruba. It is swung on, half swing. Adam, I've also seen a lot of those half swings that wind up being hits here for Chisago Lakes today. Well, not hits. They wind up being a grounder, and it just looks like they're just not quite sure what to swing at.
Yeah, and that's when you can't really figure out a pitcher quite yet.
As we just seen Hattie Mathry kind of do that again, kind of doing it, looking for more or less the swinging bunt, but the throw down to second, not in time. In fact, the shortstop has to cut it off, and she at least knocks it down, but the player is in there for the steal. So 2 down, runner at second now for Byron. And I mean, what's the message to the players here? I mean, obviously, like you said, they got to get through the top of the 7th, but what is the message to the players here? Because they need, at this point, 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th.
I think it's just about relaxing up at the plate and just relaxing in general. I mean, you've been playing for so long.
Oh, not even close to in time. Mathry is going to reach on a swinging bunt for a single. So now runners at the corners, 2 down.
I mean, quickly out of the box.
Yeah, I mean, she has been quick all day. I watched her a little bit again in that first game against Cretin-Durham Hall, and man, she's been quick all day. But you know, for Chisago Lakes, you only need the 1 out. Is that simply the message? Just, hey, 1 out, let's just get it.
Yeah, just relax. I mean, you've gotten hundreds of them in your softball career. Let's just get 1 more here.
Sydney Portner at the plate now. Runners at the corner. She looks at ball 1.
Yeah, and a play like that, I mean, yes, it hurts, but, I mean, no runs came in. You're doing okay still here in the 7th, at least. Nothing's come across.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, they haven't allowed a run since that 3rd inning. So, I mean, the defense has stepped up, but, yeah, it's just been unfortunate that they haven't been able to get those runs to come in or even really anyone close enough. Now a 2-0 as that ball misses for Sydney Portner.
I'm surprised they're not, sending her on first base. She was just so quick.
Yeah, it is a little surprising. And, Chisago Lakes has made a few mental errors here in this game, and they made a few errors on throws that maybe you shouldn't have, or in the spot that they were in maybe shouldn't have. So, again, just a tough one overall. Now a 3-0 for Sydney Portner, and walk is not the worst thing, though, Adam.
No, I mean, there's an open base there, but, I mean, you'd obviously rather get the out, but I mean, it is what it is.
That one is in there for strike 1, so 3-1, but a hitter's count for Sydney Portner. Runners at the corners, and this one is swung on and into the netting for a foul. As high as these nets are, Adam, I've seen plenty balls leave the field, and it's like, oh, man, you just don't know if it's going to be so close to someone. Luckily, I don't think anyone has been hit today.
There was a foul ball that hit the pole and landed in the pitcher's glove.
Oh, my goodness.
It was incredible.
No way. Meanwhile, the 3-2. Oh. Ooh, that one. Can we get a review there? That one's too close. Either way, it is going to be a walk, and the bases are loaded for the Byron Bears, and Ella Brennan at the plate. So Zaruba trying to get out of this inning. Here's the first pitch to Brennan in there for strike 1. That was really close to the pitch that was called a ball 4. Similar location.
At least the height was.
Yeah. So 0-1 now for Brennan as Zaruba tries to exit the inning without allowing a run to score. Meanwhile, that one is swung on and missed.
Really good pitch.
Yeah. got her swinging and missing. Meanwhile, we had a 14-inning game just before this one, where Corey beat Becker in 14 innings, 2-1. 0-2 swung on, a chopper to the pitcher. Throw on to first. Yes, no, we'll see that we've got, umpire at first is saying, hold on. Are we going to, is he going to extend this inning?
Oh, maybe runner interference.
Yeah, I think he's going to call runner interference. Oh, boy. Now I don't
How does that work when it's
I don't know, because
inadvertent?
the second baseman's going for the ball and the runner's running, but I think
if it's inadvertent, is it still runner interference?
Well, I think technically it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I think technically if you run into the runner, it's runner interference, and that would be really unfortunate because not only would everyone be safe, the runner would score as well. So this
just a tough break.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. We'll see what they call, though. Maybe you're right. Maybe there is an inadvertent thing that happens. Yep, she's going to be out. Well, that helps.
Yeah.
That goes a long way for the Wildcats in trying to get back into this one. Well, 2 hits, but no runs across the plate and no errors. So, Adam, why don't you give us kind of a synopsis on how that Bram game went over there as they are moving on to play in the state semifinal at 9 p.m.
Yeah, they'll play United South Central in that semifinals. They defeated Black Duck. I believe it was 12-0 in 5. But, yeah, Bram led things off with a leadoff homer by Morgan Rysdam over the left center, over the left field fence. Then they added on another one on a play similar like the one we saw this one, where the throw to first was a little bit wide, and it hit the glove as the batter was running through the glove. So I don't remember who it was, but I believe it was Olivia Keys who got across the plate for the second run of the game for Bram. Wabasso scratch and clawed their way back, tied things up at 2 in the 6th inning.
Wow.
Wabasso had a really good game plan as well. But then Bram came into the bottom of the 7th. Actually, Wabasso loaded up the bases in the top half of the 7th with 2 outs, but Alex Rysdam able to get a pop-up to the shortstop, Izzy Schockman, to end the inning to keep things tied. Morgan Rysdam singled with 1 out, reached second without any throw with 1 out, and then Lauren Lenez gets the walk-off single.
Nice.
And Bram wins 3-2, and they'll move on to face United South Central, who is the #1 seed in Class A.
Not surprised. As you can see, I'm rocking the Morgan Rysdam look here. It was felt inspired. But here we are, bottom of the 7th. The Wildcats need 6 to win, 5 just to get it into extra, and it starts with McKenna Thorson, who is 2 for 2 today. She's got a double and a single, reached third, but was unable to do anything else.
I could go for another walk-off.
That would be really cool. Get a grand slam to walk it off. I'd be okay with that. We have seen a grand slam from the Wildcats today, as that one is hit right to the second baseman. It rolls over the glove, and she's going to be safe at first, and she's going to take second on what almost winds up being 2 errors in one play.
Yeah. So who would the error be on?
Well, I think that's a good – well, it's definitely on the second baseman for one.
But there's a second one on the advance.
Yeah, so
there was – I suppose you can have 2 errors on a play.
There are 2 errors in that one. Wow. Well, hey, any way you can reach.
That's a way you can start.
So that is big for the Wildcats because not only do you get the leadoff runner on, that's got to infuse a little bit of energy.
I mean, you have to start a rally somehow, and the Byron coach calls a meeting on the mound saying, hey, we're still at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Just relax. Throw that away. It doesn't matter. It does not matter right now.
Aubrey Perry, she's got some power to her. Back in the first game, she was 1 for 3, singled and came around to score, then a sac fly RBI. In this one, she has, once again, a sac fly RBI and walked in the 4th. But they'll look to do more than that. Again, they need 5 to tie it and bring it to extra, 6 to win. So a grand slam and 2 more runs.
Seen it happen.
Yeah, it's easy. But again, it does help that you get, I mean, it's unfortunate for Byron with 2 errors, but you get the leadoff runner at second that are ready in scoring position for Aubrey Perry, who we know has power. So here's the Pitch from Barons. On the way. That one, just missing. Must have been just high at the letters for ball 1.
So a lefty pitcher, huh?
Yeah, I've seen a few today, but this is the first one that I've seen in one of our local teams play this season. That might be a lie. I think Aiken had one. I might be lying. I don't remember correctly. There's been too much going on, but
it's got to mess with the trajectory of the ball that you're not used to.
Yeah, there's no doubt there's that changeup again, but this one it misses for now a 2-0 count. And it certainly does. It's kind of like a lefty quarterback. That as the ball's coming down, it flips the opposite way, so it messes with you just a little bit. And I'm sure it's quite similar for a lefty pitcher, or for the batters anyways. 2-0 now for Aubrey Perry. She wanted to give that one. That is in there for strike 1, though.
No, they're going to say it was high.
Oh.
Okay. Wow.
I thought that was strike 1. It's going to be 3-0 now for Perry. I got to imagine with no outs, you don't swing here 3-0.
No. Don't need to risk anything. Just make her throw one.
So that one's a strike. That's it. That was close. That was close on the inside part of the plate. We'll put it that way. So 3-1 now for Aubrey Perry. Runner at second, nobody out. The 3-1 from Barons. That's in there for strike 2. So full count now. And it throws me off a little bit because Barons is about the most patient pitcher we've seen all softball season. She takes her time, goes through her motions, goes through her mental. I'm sure there's mental talk that she's going through, but she's the most patient pitcher we've seen. So it kind of messes with the call time, and I'm sure for some of these batters, or maybe even a team, it messes with them a little bit. That one's low for ball 4. So nice job by Aubrey Perry here to draw the walk. Runners at first and second, nobody out for Chisago Lakes. And now to the plate is Chloe Ruza. Ruza back in the first game. She only seen the plate once, but she grounded out she's seen it twice, excuse me. She grounded out twice, but then Sienna Ritter came in to pinch hit for her and was hit by a pitch. So far today, 0 for 4. 0 for 2 in this game as well, but what a better way to get your first hit and or first time on the base paths.
Now, I know nothing impressive has really happened, but you're able to get a couple base runners with nobody out.
And now, not only that, if Ruse is able to reach, that brings us back to the top of the order. So that really turns things heavily in Chisago Lake's favor. Meanwhile, this one swung on. It's into foul territory and almost caught there by the first baseman, but it just does fall. Foul.
Either the backspin helped it move in midair or she lost it in the sun.
Yeah, I think both could have happened because, she was there and then kind of reached last minute, but couldn't quite see. I think it would have been both. Meanwhile, it's at 1-1 now for Ruza. Wildcats trying to move on to the state championship game with a win. Otherwise, they play in the third place game tomorrow at 12:30.
Ooh,
that change
what
up
a pitch.
Yeah, I mean, she's used that a lot today. No one's been able to hit it, by the way.
Yeah,
no
not
one's been
surprised.
able to hit it. But, if Chisago Lakes is able to hit it, that's one of those where if you make contact, that's going out.
Yeah. It's a dangerous pitch on both ends.
But why not keep using it because no one's been able to hit it today. 1-2 on the way for Ruza. Swing and a miss.
And that's what that changeup does.
Yeah.
It really messes up your timing.
Well, that's unfortunate. But it is only one out. Now we're back to the top of the order for Chisago Lakes. Bottom of the 7th. They need 5 runs to tie, 6 to win. And it's Jessica Diddle at the plate.
Number 3, Jess Diddle Hapler.
Barons sets and readies. And the first pitch to Diddle. In there for strike 1. How hard has it got to be at the plate for any of these batters that see the plate this inning for Chisago Lakes to be patient and not just be swinging?
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to do what you can for your team, but you have to be careful not to try to do too much.
It's a delicate balance for sure. The 0-1 on the way for Diddle. There's that changeup, but that one is going to be ball 1. So that one missing for a 1-1 count now for Diddle. She is 1 for 3 today. Reached on an error back in the first. Singled in the fifth. 1-1. Got a piece of it over the second baseman's glove. That could score both. And they will send that runner from first. It's going to be a 2-run double for Diddle. And oh boy, does that do a lot for the Wildcats.
All of a sudden, there's life in the Chisago Lakes dugout.
Yeah, and that dugout has, struggled to come to life. But that will do a lot for the energy of this team. 1 down, 2-run double from Diddle, and runner at second.
That was a confident swing.
Yes. We mentioned it before at the top of the 7th, how they weren't swinging confidently. There it is. Jessa Larrett's now at the plate. Runner at second, 1 down. That's going to be low for ball 1. And now all of a sudden, with 1 swing, you get into the mind of Barron's at least a little bit.
Right.
If it doesn't take a big chunk, it takes just a little hit to her confidence. And I got to imagine sometimes that's all you need, right?
Right.
Oh, that half-hearted swing is going to pop up for out 2.
Oh.
That is.
It was on that changeup.
Yep, and she wasn't sure if it was going to be in the zone or not.
And you could tell she was like 80% sure.
Yep.
That if she would have swung at it more confidently, that would have been crushed.
Yes. Look how far it went, just that half-heartedness. Yeah. Man. Well, that is out number 2. Not that out number 2 means it's over, because Anna Zaruba's at the plate now. She's 0 for 2, a walk in the third, but a home run or a big swing here keeps that confidence with the Wildcats, as they need at least 3 more runs. So the tying run is on deck. Ooh, that one must have just scraped the lower part of the zone for strike 1, because, man, it was on the lower part. 0-1 now for Zaruba, trying to keep this game going. Barons with the 0-1. Zaruba, that one in the dirt. And, yes, of course, the runner will move to third on the, technical pass ball.
I would be really surprised if they would have went after the runner.
Right, yeah, that would have been.
That runner is inconsequential right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we wouldn't have been too much of a point to throw down, because just, again, you talk about the risk-reward a lot, and that's the risk does not outweigh the reward there for Byron. 1-1. Stays high for ball 2.
Give it to this umpire. That it might have been in the zone, but a little high, and it's been like that at least from what I've seen today.
Been consistent with the calls. Again, for either side, whether you like it or not, consistency is all you ask for. 2-1 for Anna Zaruba, trying to keep the game alive. Runner at third, 2 down. That one is in the gap. It's going to score a run, but more importantly, she is going to reach second.
Okay, now the tying run is at the plate here for Chisago Lakes.
Man, this has been a big 7th inning for the Wildcats. 2 runs away from tying this one up. And you got to imagine, Adam, if they are able to get these 2 runs, that third is either not going to be easy, but it's just going to be that much easier for them to get. Because, it's just flowing all of a sudden for the Wildcats.
Right, and it gives yourself a boost of confidence. Hey, you're right back into this game.
Alana Larson at the plate now. Again, as Adam said, she is the tying run, 2 down. Again, grand slam hitter back in the first game. Could you imagine the eruption if she were to get one out here? Barons with the pitch. Oh, and that's not what you need, so that will end it. Well, I think, unfortunately there for Larson, what happened is she just saw one that kind of was good enough, and again, I don't think that was the most confident swing.
I think she reached out for it when she could have just let it come to her.
2 hits, score 3 runs for the Wildcats, but it is not going to be enough, as that is out number 3, and the Wildcats fall to the Byron Bears 6 3-4, and we'll play in the third place game tomorrow. We'll keep you up to date as to what that is, but first we'll take a commercial break to hear word from our fine sponsors. Then we'll be back to wrap this one up and let you know what's happening tomorrow as you're listening to State Softball here on KBEK.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Whether you're trying to stay loose or just trying to tweak your swing, here's the pitch in North Branch is the area's premier batting cage. Get in for some swing time with their top-of-the-line pitching machines, or bring the whole team to the 4,000 square foot practice space. Here's the pitch in North Branch, air-conditioned, top of the line, local. Find Here's the Pitch off I-35 in the North Branch outlets.
Minnesota Twins baseball.
Twins 2, Blue Jays nothing, ninth inning. The 0-2 to Varsho. He struck him out! Twins win! Twins
Every
win!
hit, home run, or strikeout on the boat, on the lawnmower, or at work. All the action is right here.
This is Royce Lewis. This is Ryan Jeffers. Hey, Twins fans, this is Rocco Baldelli. You can catch Twins baseball all season long right here.
The Twins!
On Cool Country 100.9 WCMP.
Well, it's not WCMP, but that's where you can catch the Twins all summer and part of the fall long. Every game will be on 100.9 FM. Meanwhile, on this station, KBK, nice 95.5, the Chisago Lakes Wildcats fall to the Byron Bears in the state semifinal, 6-4. The Wildcats will play in the state third place game tomorrow, and that will take place at 12:30. If I can find my mouse here, you just never.
The sun is great, but it makes computers difficult.
Yeah, it certainly does. You can't really see the computer screen. There we go. We found it. Yay. All right, so they will play in the third place game tomorrow on Field 2 at 12:30. They will play the loser of Mankato East and Ricori. Now, Ricori did beat Becker in 14 innings, 2-1, but Mankato East is a much different animal.
Yes.
So, not going to say who it is yet, but they will face the loser of Ricori and Mankato East tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. on Field 2 in the third place game. Also tonight, we're not done, ladies and gentlemen. No. Why would we be done? Bram is going to play on Field 3 back here at 9 p.m.
Under the lights.
Under the lights.
For real this time.
Yeah,
though.
well under the lights.
Yeah.
Now, I get it, that because of the postponements, they have to play late, but man, if it were up to me, we just wait till tomorrow to play this game. But it is what it is. I will be back here to call that Bram game on 95.5 FM and Anthem Country 106.5 FM AM 1350. So stay tuned for that one. We will have that one for you as well at 9 p.m. as Bram will play United South Central. And if win or lose, well, if Bram wins that one, they'll play in the state championship game on Friday at Jane Sage Call Stadium at 6:30 p.m. If they lose, they'll play in the third place game tomorrow at 1:30. Obviously, we're hoping they win, not just to get them to the state championship, but logistically, we need them to win because Chisago Lake's playing at 12:30 and Bram playing at 1:30 does not work for me. It just, I can't be at two places at once. So we will hopefully be able to see Bram get to state. But looking at this game for Chisago Lakes, just an unfortunate one. Again, they just couldn't get going early enough against Byron. Their pitcher, Barons, for the Byron Bears, did a really good job.
So you're saying it's Byron, Bears, and Barron?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. A lot to get through with that. And it is a little confusing, especially with all the different names you got to pronounce here today from different schools. But yeah, she did a really good job of kind of getting out in front of Chisago Lakes early. Chisago Lakes, did get a couple hits in the second, but really didn't get much going. Total, they had, let's count them up, 3, 4, 6 hits for 4 runs, but 2 of those didn't come until that 7th inning. So, unfortunately for Chisago Lakes, they got things going too late. And again, it was just the lack of confidence because of how hot Barron's was early on. We've seen it in the 7th, just that half swing there from Larson for that third out. And unfortunately, when you've got a pitcher like that, it is hard to get confidence early on because, I mean, you're swinging at things thinking, oh, I'm going to get a hit, then you're swinging underneath, you're over it. The changeup, though.
The changeup was nasty.
She showed it early on, and like I told you, no one was able to hit it. We didn't see anyone hit it here.
Right.
And, what is the conversation between players and coaches when you've got a pitcher who's hot like that early on, but who's also got a pitch like that? What is the message to them? I mean, I guess to try and not worry about that pitch, but also just, hey, focus on the game.
What changeups do is they really make you not trust your eyes. So I think that's the biggest thing where you trust what you see, but it's hard to, and everything's just going so slow. You just loosen up, trust what you see, understand that you've been doing this for 100 years, and just swing. You know, it's whether you swing lightly or swing heavily, it doesn't count more or less of a strike. So just swing like you normally would.
Yeah, and it's tough. You know, it's easier said than done.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I couldn't do it.
Right. But, you know, and it's just, you know, it's super unfortunate. I think that's the word we'll use for this one, that Chisago Lakes got it going a little too late. And
yeah, they got the tying run at the plate there in the 7th inning.
And I think a lot of fans, including you and I, were thinking, this is probably going to happen now, especially with how Diddle and her at-bat went. It looked like, man, here we go. They've got that confidence back. We've seen the energy kind of get back to that dugout. And then, unfortunately, we did see that pop up for Laritz, but then a two-run single for Zaruba, and then Larson came to the plate and popped out. But what an effort for Chisago Lakes. And now what is the message to the team, whether it's captains, coaches, to say, hey, we may have lost one, but you still got a game to play.
Yeah, there's one more game. You get one more game of your season, basically. So you want to be proud of what you put out on that field. And I think pride is kind of the big overwhelming tone of what you're telling your team.
Yeah, because there's a third-place trophy still to be had. And again, they'll play the winner of Mankato East and Ricori in that third-place game tomorrow on Field 2 at 12:30. Of course, again, Bram will play tonight at 9 p.m. on Field 3 against United South Central. That game will be right here on this station and over on Anthem Country 106.5 FM, so stay tuned for that. I want to thank all of you who tuned in. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors. Taking a look at this game. Don't forget, you can catch up with local sports and more on the morning shows with Adam Hefty on the Front Porch Morning Show on this station at 7:30 and 8:30, or on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45 for your local sports. We'll talk this game, all the other local games in our listening area, plus some regional and national sports as well. You can also stay tuned to our websites for more local sports. Stay tuned to kbk.com and wcmpradio.com. Go to the sports tab, click on broadcast schedule. That will show you all the links that we have for the games coming up that week. That is subject to change. We also have articles from games that we've been at, interviews with coaches and players. Also stay tuned to our social medias, our Facebook for both stations, our Instagram for both stations, and our Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports, breaking sports news, everything to keep you up to date with local sports that happen up to the minute. We do our best to keep you up to date that way. So be sure to like, subscribe, follow, do whatever you got to do to our social medias to stay up to date. If you're listening to this on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to that as well. That way you'll be notified every single time we go live with a local sporting event. Then all you got to do is click on the notification. It will take you right to the live audio and or video. So that is going to do it here, at least for the next couple hours. We'll be back, I will anyways, at 9 p.m. for the first pitch between Bram and United South Central.
And I'm going to be a baby. I might be asleep by the time you're on.
Yes. He's got the morning show to do here on KBK in the morning. We'll see. He maybe not be back tomorrow. We'll see. It's a long drive, 2 hours for one game, although I know he wants to be back. But we'll see how everything works out logistically for him. May or may not be back tomorrow for that Bram game. We'll keep you up to date on that. But, Adam, any final thoughts here as we take a break until about 9 p.m.?
No, this is my first time down here in the Caswell softball complex, and they got a nice event here.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of softball going on, a lot of really good softball, a lot of energy around the park. So it's been fun.
It has been.
Afternoon.
It has been a lot of fun, and I thank you for making the trip down here to do a game and a half with me. I definitely appreciate it, and it worked out perfect because you got to cover Bram, and I had to come back here and cover Chisago Lake, so it worked out perfectly for both of us. Well, Adam, thanks so much for joining me, and again, remember, thank all of our fine sponsors. Thanks to our loyal listeners for tuning in. It ain't without both of you that we are able to be down here and call these games. Remember to be kind to everybody. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could truly make their day. Again, that is going to do it for us from Caswell Park in Mankato for until about 8:45. We'll be back here to call Bram and United South Central. But that's going to do it for Adam Hefty. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in. Come back at about 8:30 for pregame, 8:45 for pregame on this station for Bram and United South Central. Until then, see you later.